Pleadika, The Wraths of Governor Claxon's Prayers, by Alpha Amadou Diallo, author Monopoly of Happiness, Unveiling Sierra Leone's Social Imbalance. Voiceover by Weard. In the name of politics, power, and personal gain, the very soul of Sierra Leone has been ravaged. We have witnessed generation after generation of politicians, civil servants, and so-called leaders shamelessly tearing this nation apart, one deceitful decision at a time. From the moment of independence to the present, those in governance, past and present, have systematically undermined the potential of this country. Today, I invoke the prayer of Governor Claxon as a clarion call for divine justice upon those who have willfully contributed to the destruction of Sierra Leone. Governor Claxon's prayer. May those who pillage and plunder from the sweat of their brothers and sisters be cursed with the fruits of their own greed. May their wealth turn to ashes, their joy turn to mourning, and their peace be replaced with endless turmoil. Let their descendants inherit not riches, but the blood-stained misery they have sowed. And for every lie told, every opportunity squandered, and every trust betrayed, may their punishment be as endless as their deception. This prayer is a solemn and damning plea, one that seeks to lay bare the consequences of selfishness and betrayal. To the civil servants, political leaders, and accomplices who have undermined the development of Sierra Leone, heed these words, for the day of reckoning is upon you. There is no denying that many civil servants in Sierra Leone have operated under the weight of low wages. But let us not pretend that this justifies the greed, corruption, and sabotage that have marred the civil service. Too many have taken the state's resources for themselves, undermining national progress to secure a future only for their families. To you, Governor Claxon's prayer is not just a curse, it is your well-deserved punishment. How many times have we heard civil servants complain of low wages, only to see them manipulate the system for their own benefit? Instead of working to better the conditions of all Sierra Leoneans, they have chosen to engage in bribery, embezzlement, and deliberate inefficiency. To these men and women, I say, may you reap the rewards of your bad work. The nation suffers because of your selfish desires, and it is time for the wrath of Governor Claxon's prayer to rain down upon you and your descendants yet unborn. May your ill-gotten gains be the very trouble that will deny you peace, not only in this life, but in the hereafter. No president, past or present, can escape the judgment embedded in Governor Claxon's prayer. From Sir Milton Margai to the present administration under Julius Maada Bio, each leader has played a role in either actively contributing to the downfall of Sierra Leone or passively allowing corruption to thrive. You who have ripped the nation's coffers for personal gain, you who have hoarded wealth while your people starve, may your unlawful deeds haunt you. To President Julius Maada Bio, I place you and your family under the weight of this prayer. The corruption, deception, and unholy alliances formed under your leadership have wreaked havoc on the very people you swore to protect. Your administration has presided over an era of broken promises and unmet expectations. The suffering of the Sierra Leonean people is undeniable, and for that, may the wrath of Governor Claxon's prayer be upon you. May the spoils you have ripped from the state's coffers become the very curse that brings endless trouble into your life and legacy. O Lord, I call upon you to answer Governor Claxon's prayer. Bring down your wrath not only upon President Julius Maada Bio and his cronies, but also upon every political figure and civil servant who has contributed to the destruction of this country. May their corruption lead them to their own demise, and may every deceitful action taken in the name of personal gain be met with divine punishment. The Sierra Leone People's Party, SLPP, and the All People's Congress, APC, have both had their time at the helm of this nation's leadership. Both parties in their various administrations have failed to prioritize the welfare of the people, choosing instead to line their pockets and those of their allies. To the accomplices within and beyond Sierra Leone who have helped to condone, protect, and propagate these destructive policies, I place you in the crosshairs of Governor Claxon's prayer. May you suffer the brunt of your bad work. For those who have turned a blind eye to the misdeeds of President Bio and his wife, for those who have remained silent as corruption flourished, may the Lord's wrath paralyze you. May it make you dumb, deaf, and blind. Mohamed Kane of the Electoral Commission of Sierra Leone, ECSL, you and your accomplices have deceived the people of this nation. I pray that God deals with you in the most drastic way for the lies you have perpetuated. This nation has been plagued with unqualified individuals holding positions of power. From top government offices to foreign embassies, we have seen incompetence reign supreme. These individuals, appointed not for their skill or integrity, but for their political connections, have proven themselves incapable of steering the nation in the right direction. I ask God to send his fire upon every institution that harbors unqualified staff. May they be cast into the deepest hell, where they will no longer be able to wreak havoc on Sierra Leone's future. To our leaders, civil servants, and political opportunists, your time is running out. You have sowed the seeds of destruction in Sierra Leone, and the fruits of your labor will now return to you. O Lord, bring down your hammer upon every member of government who is not genuine. Strike them with the force of justice and let them know the true meaning of accountability. May Governor Claxon's prayer be answered in full. Punish those who have taken from the people, who have abused their positions of power, and who have used politics as a shield for their selfish deeds. May they suffer as the people of Sierra Leone have suffered.
Amen, amen. Good morning and welcome to your program where we call Cool Guys Right, and we are on YouTube and on Facebook. Of course, this is how they discuss issues on the front page of the different newspaper and the plan for the morning. After we can all look at waiting then at the front page of the newspaper, then waiting can happen next. We can come with people them we the help we for make we discuss the different issues them. We not waste any more time. We can go straight and begin look at waiting the paper and say, but before we do that one day, please we encourage you follow you like and share the program, and you we no subscribers, please consider for do so. We'll go and start with the Calabash newspaper inside the program this morning. And the Calabash newspaper say, as it gains strong parliamentary backing, gentle groups $2.7 billion port and rail projects pose to redefine Sierra Leone's trade. And as it invites entrepreneurs, Orange Sierra Leone opens national and international competition for 7th Orange Social Venture Prize. Code Awards 10 ICT scholarship to women on International Women's Day. Please give me some seconds, please. Just some seconds, please. Some seconds.
You know that I don't. Truth know the hype, Maada bill say you no go able change salon. Fatima say na because na that them then a cabinet. They just the lie for people and take brown envelopes.
All right, we continue with the rest of the paper them this morning. The next one, now the City Hunter newspaper, make him your choice, my choice, our choice in the APC. The devastating impact of unstable electricity supply, and NASCOP holds inaugural general meeting to strengthening marine protection efforts. Blackout Wahala, First Lady urged to lead protest on electricity crisis. And we go to the next one. We now the Salon Compass newspaper, opposition leader blast Alaki Edsa. Stakeholders commend Koido Limited, and Paupa fails woefully, turns Salon 360. And atrocities of SLPP, the slaughtering of APC supporters, and other story them for you inside this edition of the Salon Compass, the Oracle newspaper. Brown envelopes of corruption. 15 dogs exposed under the SLPP government. From Bumbuna to Blackout, ETSA prepares Sierra Leone for dark days ahead. Honorable Alusain Kane commends President Bio's decision for continuity in government, calls for national unity. We go to the next one. We now the Indigenous newspaper, where say President Bio has failed on energy, says Africa bongs, and you as well get other story them for inside edition of the Indigenous. The next one, now the Drone newspaper, Gentle Groups Banana Island Port Project gains strong parliamentary backings, a transformative step for Sierra Leone. Over successful medical outreach, MMTU expresses gratitude to Health Minister and Cheikuko, a battle-tested leader posed to deliver APC's victory in 2028. And we go the next one inside the same paper say, in his Ramadan message, Jagaban emphasizes importance of peace and unity. We go to the next paper. We're in the Heroes newspaper. The Heroes newspaper say, Judge urged state prosecutor to expedite treason trial and Kush factory manufacturing case. Third accused granted bail. Alleged embezzlement. Driver testifies in court. The Parameters newspaper over allegation of sexual harassment and extortion for visa grant. Parameters spy newspaper wins Turkish embassy at IMC. Celebrating International Women's Day, AfriCell spearheads gender equality on Athens multi-billion loan scheme at FCC. Accused ACC boss warns bank against aiding criminals. And we go to the next paper inside the program this morning, where now the Africa 24 Bo. All right, the Africa 24 do like China. Take our riders to state farms on public image trust. ActionAid delivers on in Eastern Farmers, Agric and Central. I'll take that again. Eastern Farmers, Agric and General Enterprises capacitate poultry farmers. Honorable Carbo decries new terrorism act. In the Salon Times newspaper, as government struggle to raise revenue, Salon loses 11.8 billion loans in duty waivers to 31 ghost businesses. Gentle Group update Parliament on port. NPAA and LCCP engage. Loma maintain and Tingi Hills community. We go to the next one of the AZ newspaper. Say Sierra Leone enacts civil service reforms to enhance 30% female representation in leadership. President Bio to advocate for Sierra Leone's energy sector at Sephora Global Forum. And Eastern Farmers Agric and General Enterprise capacitate poultry farmers. The Unity newspaper, HEBO to attend Sustainable Energy Global Forum. Chief Minister debunks APC's claim that SLPP is divided. Francis Ben Kelfala thus President Bio proud, and DG Massaquoi takes NCRA from grass to grace. The Independent Observer newspaper, Mr. President, can we talk? Part 116, and why Dr. Ibrahim Bangura for APC flag bearer. Continue for the with me inside the program. You still watch. We could rest on we are on YouTube and on Facebook. All right, very sorry. We go to the next one. The next paper. And I have to apologize that I be actually they read the paper then, but you not be to see them. Okay, we go to the next paper. When the Voice of Salon newspaper say SLPP takes Salon to blackout. Police destroy 472 cartons of tramadol. Alpha Conte 6 for justice. And you as well get the devastating impact of unstable electricity supply and race course fire incidents. 26 spare parts shops burnt down to ashes. We'll go to the future newspaper. We see NSA in 19 million millions arrears. JFK drops bombshell, and Indolo Mosiri, the right candidate for SLPP chairman. 33 arrested in Banff. Police destroy 472 and cartons of tramadol. Census may shift to 2026. The Hot News newspaper, Delia Boss spotted with Europe most wanted drug kingpin. Illegal mining at Yeli Chiefdom. PC by Kasanga, the third implicated. A divided SLPP suffers electoral setback, and you get with support from cadets. Sky Division celebrates Women's Day, and stakeholders commends Koido Limited for commitment to community development. The Night Watch newspaper, President Bio expected. Sorry, I take that again. President Bio expects the unexpected. And Fatima Jabi Bio, like Grace Mugabe, a comparative analysis. And you get other story then for inside this edition of the Night Watch newspaper. Of course, we get with inside the program now as we talk so, and we could just ask him for unmute a mic and let me start the ball rolling. And good morning and welcome to the program. This morning, the person where we get actually a civil rights activist. Now one of the people this way being suffer now the hands of the authorities them. Where they be request say they actually want to do a protest on December 10th last year. The police invites them to the office for let them go get meeting. Well, from what we understand, the meeting not all. Instead, the meeting turned to investigation. Investigation turned to detention. Detention turned to incarceration. Okay, so this person there with me inside the program this morning for let we actually talk about several issues. Them in name na Wadi Williams. Good morning and welcome to the show, Mr. Williams.
Good morning, Sangripia, and good morning, the audience. Good morning. How are you?
By God empowered, they do well. We been get you 1 game 10 no more inside we are, and then past today we get you back. But today not the first time we will get you inside the Couriers program. Sure. So the question I will ask you for the Couriers program, the traditional question now, dear, who's the last you eat Couriers?
Yesterday morning.
Okay, so us plazas or super kilek more?
Yesterday morning.
Us plazas or super kilek more we eat Couriers?
Huh?
Us plazas or us soup where you collect more anytime we eat Couriers? When are you best?
Look, I'm very conventional. Okay. I'm very much, Casada leaf Couriers na my favorite and I know say na the favorite for Boku people then. Yes. So I'm not surprised. I'm among the majority. I like bad one. Seriously.
So who's fun where you can get, who's parts pan the Couriers when are the favorites? You know, possibly they go down to the crowd.
Kawo.
and I'm pretty sure you like that sound where you can pull where they charm the crowd.
I tell you, where the charm them. Yeah.
Oh my God.
Honestly, delicious.
Unfortunately, the pots, the kind pots that we get, we can try for make kawo, but I don't know, for some reason, they can make kawo now. It different
you mean the non-stick? The non-stick pan them?
Yes, I don't know, and it totally different from that kind of pot where we can use that aluminium pot. Where quick you don't make kawo and then you enjoy them, but oh Lord, okay, yes, not a problem.
No, if you want, I go send you some kawo by DHL.
That could be amazing. Okay. All right.
So how are you? How are you?
By God empowered to try. And let us start with something. At the first time this way, we go actually get you after the December 10 incident. Well, tell me small thing about that you experienced with the police. How we been telling?
Well, how we been telling? A living nightmare.
Okay.
Well, explain briefly the outline of this thing. Solar just add some body to it.
Go ahead.
The whole process, we actually begin for request the results, the disaggregated results. Now, so this thing started after the election. Now we say, where all man don't say results not there. There was major dispute about the validity of the result with the release. And we don't complain all side. Now we decide to, you know what, we go right directly to the ECSL and request as citizens, concerned citizens, that they release the disaggregated results. So innocently, in many ways, we write letter for the EDSL, to Connor. We then also wrote a letter to the police saying, we are requesting from the EDSL the disaggregated results, and we would like them made public by the 9th, and failure to do so, we are prepared to have a peaceful demonstration. All very legitimate. So we carry this letter, we send a letter to the EDSL, we write this letter to the police, and we deliver the letters to the police saying we want security, we want for Leona for maintain a secure, peaceful demonstration. Now the letter that we sent to the police. So then call me, Mr. Babadi and myself, then call me and say they want to discuss this demonstration. So we go there. We see somebody for 2 minutes or 3 minutes, now and say, okay, everything is fine. As we come out, so now and then we go now other room for go talk to somebody else. Now then we fast, we go there, then look vexed because we asked for disaggregated results. Then send we go for interrogation with CID. Now then begin interrogatory. Within a matter of moments, then decide to then you hold in custody. Well, now so we lost for 10 days. And our sole offense, now if I come to the police, said, yeah, we're going to provide security for the peaceful demonstration we want. 10 days in captivity, then we give you bail, we will get for report every day. We go there, treat them, Monday, Tuesday. Wednesday, we go there, then arrest we back. So, and let me just say this. Understand this, so the only offense we had was to request the release of the disaggregated data. And I don't want for overplay this thing out, but it's profoundly indicative of the kind of lawlessness that underpins this current regime. We have to understand the consequence of having an illegitimate government, a government without legitimacy, in other words, and they behave in this kind of reckless violation of our constitutional rights, and it's become a pattern of behavior. And this is what has to stop in this nation. We can no longer tolerate the kind of illegitimate and downright barbaric approach of this government with regards to the population of this nation. That is the point we're trying to make here. So this issue is not just a matter of disaggregated results. It's symptomatic and indicative of the very cancer and canker at the core of our political system. That is my position. I hope it clarifies some of the issues that were outstanding.
Yes. So the police bring out one of the things where they made the papi show it, where they made the make we understand that the fact say, then people had a forged receipts, sorry, the forged signature of people, then put numbers of people, and then we call some of the people, and the people say, they're not mixed with you. So this is another crime.
Well, listen, first of all, as you know, no charges have been preferred. Let me give you an example of the duplicity of the system. Okay. They said initially, they arrested us. That was not about the signatures. The arrest, they considered it a state offense, which meant they didn't give us bail, they didn't do any of these issues. And the question, there were I think, 12,000 signatures that were presented as part of our petition. Now, this is what happened. We saw them, the interviewers took writing samples, etc., etc. Now, here's the thing. They begin to say how some of them signatures, or the signatures of the whole were forged and what have you. Now, here is the interesting fact. On the 10th of December, some of the people where they arrested at the demonstration, peaceful protest, say some of them were signatories. Next to me in our custody was a man where himself signed the petition. I don't see him one day, I don't meet him one day, he not sabi me. Yet, he was there, he'd been arrested at the demonstration, and he himself say, when they arrest them, he admits say he signed that document today. So this kind of nonsense where the police decide to put forward, say some of the signatures are forged. Let me tell you, there is not a single forged signature there. Everyone has an independent individual, every one of them. Now you make the police not able to come with charge you with any nonsense like that. They've had to drop the charges to date precisely because they now know, say, at no time that either myself or Babadi either speak to, know, or interact with any of the people that are listed. So the attempt for say we're involved in forgery, not to be collected signatures. You can ask them all, not one of them will tell you say in Sabi, we or them meet we or we don't talk to them. So let me understand. So there was not a single forged signature there, but it's an attempt by the police to confuse the situation. Look, what happened was outrageous. What they do to we was outrageous. And I know say we not to the first person, not the last person we then go do that too. But what we can do is begin to shape a responsible government that will honor and respect the human rights of the citizens now. I tell them, when I mean interview me, I tell them, I say, look, if they feel semi-forged signature, they must all be out of their minds. They must be collective lunatics. If they think, say, me go begin forge people's signature. So they have that on record. I've made that point clear. Babadi himself was extremely explicit. We're not getting nothing to do with this. And he tells you the police have no case, have no justification for what they do. So then he run around now to try to make this this allegation. Well, if I forge a signature, and I ask me, let me go court. If I feel say that's not the case. And they will never do it because they know perfectly well there was not a single signature. Those were people who were profoundly committed to the need and desire for democratic dispensation.
Okay.
And so, all the people they were come that day.
So from what I see, a lot of people they feel say the police, this is now one of them technique them for actually silence people them way want for speak up.
Yes.
But from what I see, you look pumped up more than how you been there. Like this thing not even shake you.
Listen, bro, let me tell you. When people say I'm all in, there's not a single thing in this universe we could shift me from this position. I'm a citizen Naya, I vote Naya, I'm politically active Naya, and no government no get right for denying me vote. That is my genuine human rights. And if you think say for jail me for 10 years or 10 days, go change me mind, they no day. Simple. We will not relent until we have those results and we have a legitimate government Naya. This nonsense over 2 years of profound illegitimate government, where it has the people, terrorize the people, intimidate the people, that has to stop. And if it means say they will put me or Babadi or other in jail, let me go no more. But it will stop. This regime is profoundly illegitimate, and they need to be told that. And they also need to understand there are Sierra Leone citizens who are not intimidated. They do not fear the nightmare of these barbarians who they run this country here. And we will tell them directly, we want a legitimate government. We want a government that has the support of the populace. And I'll tell you the difference between a democracy and a dictatorship. In a democracy, we the citizens now we decide who that for government. In a dictatorship, now the people then power, them for govern whatever the public opinion is. Well, we not mix. We not agree. It's as simple as that. We not agree. Now yeah, salon until we grab say three pillars where this country can happen. Unity.
Freedom, justice.
Freedom and justice. Well, we want electoral justice. Now we're right. We want that justice then. We demand that justice then. Because it's in keeping with the constitutional provisions. Well, yeah, let me comply with the Constitution. So now we're in part that, believe me when I tell you, there is not a thing in the universe we could change from this position. We will have those disaggregated results, and we will keep struggling for those disaggregated results, because then disaggregated results there, now they will provide the foundation for legitimate government. Because then they will tell you, say, these are the actual figures, now so we vote, now so this nation say, fine. And I'll tell you, if we get a result there, or when we get a result there, if it turn out, say, Maada bin get 56%, I swear I will be the most loyal, committed, dedicated citizen at Salon. But bro, if it turn out, say, you not get that, he must pack his bags and leave State House. Until we get a result there, I will be the most uncomfortable citizen of this country. I will not relent until we have justice now. That is what this nation deserves. That is what I deserve.
You got any plan, yes, for in case a protest, for organize any other protest?
Yes, look, we intend, first of all, to organize a global press conference to highlight these issues. And I think we then have to go through the whole process of public statements on this issue. Look what in Nduna, Senegal. Look at the example in Senegal. They were able to build a broad coalition that was so powerful that even the French government could not turn it around. There is no reason why we can't do that here. There is no reason why we can't build an inclusive organization, an inclusive group of people, inclusive national position, and actually use that to change the dynamics of politics now. In other words, we're looking to develop a mass, broad-based movement. And that's what we look for, and that is what we're building. So this whole process, we're at a critical stage in this transition. And I think the old man will say this government, its days are numbered. Its days are numbered. And for me, the criteria is not so much the change of government, but the kind of government that will emerge as a result. So we have a critique of what is, and we have a solution and prevent a solution. So I can tell you confidently, without a fear of contradiction, that this whole process, we just begin. Believe me, we just begin.
Okay.
And there's an enormous journey.
To something where, they're not the ground right now. Just yesterday, Parliament unanimously don't agree for waiting and consider for the Anti-Terrorism Act. And before they actually pass them, then they remove some exemption. That is to say, if you, Wadi, the protest against things them, for example, electoral justice, would be the protest for that, and other things them, if one minister or the government can see you say, oh, this one a terrorism business like also, then we'll go after you. If they're not able for lay and or then go even go after anybody will link to you, your own call. But they don't try for adjust a little bit. They don't get exemption. They say protest not to terrorism act, dissent not to terrorism act, and other things them, industrial strike and other things them. So, but within generally, you think about this particular anti-terrorism act where they don't pass. So you think say, well, I'll not put more word in your mouth. What do you think?
Look, I think it's part of a process and a policy of confining or restraining the political space. Let me tell you, there is no way a dictatorship can work if you have freedom of expression. So we should not be surprised that they're going systematically trying to close down the political space. Look, it's outrageous. For even don't do it in Amindu, and now they say then adjust this bill. It is of no value. Believe you me, we should make clear we will not tolerate this descent to dictatorship. And this adjustment now the anti-terrorist right, but you notice this in itself is just an evolution. It's an evolution from when, first of all, we had problems where if you critique the government and the government feels say undermine the authority, that was a crime in its effect, in itself. Then we morph into up to this level where we get now, where they don't introduce this bill. In fact, pass the bill, not to say they introduce them. And what is the purpose of this issue? Simple: constrain political activity, intimidate the public, in a sense, close us down. That is their fear. Their fear is that if people defend their voice and they actually begin demand some things that we consider to be constitutionally our rights, then begin demand transparency, then begin demand, say, then for leftist corrupt practice we then get. The whole idea of this bill is to literally prevent people from expressing these very, very valid ideas. So in my view, it's all part of the attempted march to dictatorship. It's all part of the body of legislation they might use to impose a dictatorship. Well, they will not be able to do it. Not to now, not to tomorrow. They will not be able to do it, I'll show you.
Why not?
We will fight this government on every front for say we get democracy now. As a matter of right. Now we're right. In fact, I'll tell you this, yeah. The assumption that the government will give you democracy is a nonsense. We, the people, assert our democratic rights. Now that we deeper. So let me understand this transition. We don't get to come beg them for democracy. It is our right. We don't get to come beg them for release the results to them. That is our right. So we get to understand the difference between rights and privileges. These are matters of rights. They're not open to government decision where they go give you the right if they elect you. Nonsense. A human right is not dependent on any decision made by the government. Now we right, now we right. And let me understand. Now we, the people, we are the sovereign people. Not to matter in government. Matter is not the sovereign force now. We the citizens, now we are the sovereign force now. And it's time we asserted that sovereignty. This nonsense here where they feel say we inferior to the government. No, the government did it for work for we. The government did it as servants of the people. Well, let them begin learn the proper behavior for servants of the people. I want to make this point absolutely clear. Absolutely clear. We are the sovereign people of this nation. Matter is not the sovereign. We don't get king now. The regime we then get is not sovereign. Now we supposed to choose with government. And I think say in terms of education, we people get to understand the difference. Say, look, now we determine whether they govern here. We the population. Not to anybody can come, he get at 2-3 people them, he say power them for governor, then case. That is not going to continue happening now. So now they are there with this.
Let we look at this. I just see question. I'm not actually able to trace some right now because I think it don't go up. But the question, I think I remember that one day because something in the way person they write, you're able to figure out what it mean. It's a electoral justice. A nice for you as citizen. This na me the Adam on top of the question. I can't answer your question.
Yes.
A right for you as citizen stand up. You don't need for wait for person. But in your question na that, if una want electoral justice, why the opposition flag bearer by then sign, to the tripartite, we reach to this point right now. And another person, they actually say, please answer the question for me. Another person, they say, if we really want electoral justice, why the leader not stand up for you like you? Because now, actually, for don't stand up for inspire a lot of people, them, you go try, but you not go get that kind of impact where a political leader for they don't get. So why in not style instead and say no to do or die? Please address this issue for me.
Okay. But listen, this is now one of the most disturbing and complex questions where people then pose. And I think we get to understand they're trying to package this thing as an APC issue or a Samurai issue. No. This is a national issue. Whether in thief the vote or whether in try to fraud the vote, not to APC vote no more than fraud. Me own vote now. We own vote is part of that whole fraudulent process. So I'm not there for can defend either APC or Samoa or whatever. No, I'm here categorically, explicitly. As a citizen, we vote now. As a citizen of this nation, we get right for demand the results. Let me tell you this. I'm not busy waiting the actual results. Say all I want is that we have the results as a citizen. Now me vote. Well, I said yeah. Sure, we vote back. Let me get the actual figure. It don't. And I'm prepared, and people like me, we're prepared to comply with whatever the result and say. If the result comes in matter, we get 56%, well, fine. Now me go be the first line for apologize. Say, look, well, I'm sorry. We made a mistake. We without your integrity, without your government. And for me, that will be the end of my political career. I don't know. Believe me. But by the same token, if them figures, they should say matter not get 55% plus one, well, I will be the most relentless citizen of this country, yeah, because I not agree, and it's my right as a citizen not to agree. And other people will feel that way. We not agree. We want democracy now. That is one thing. And the suggestion say why APC not do this or someone not do that. Listen, it's a complete irrelevance. The votes then did it. The results did it. Face the result, implement the results. I'm not busy with that someone I talk to. I'm not busy with that lekam or no lekam. If them figures, they say Samoa get the figures for be president, now for the day. So let me not begin digress into say, wait to make APC not do this, not do that. Listen, this is not a party issue. This is a national issue. This is a way of defining the trajectory of this nation in years to come. So people like me, yes, with the years we watched, yes. After all, not to Samoa and vote no more than teeth. Not to on money voted. We all suffer that way then call it. Now I make people like me, of course, we raise the issue. We bound for raise the issue. Now, as to how the APC performed, the fact that they signed this document, etc., etc. In a sense, I know some people want to make that as a major issue, but not a major issue. So what? So what? Does that alter the fact, say, then still not give you these disaggregated results? No. Does that alter the fact, and you notice this, despite all this issue of the illegitimacy of the government, despite all this issue, we question the results and so on and so forth. You notice not one moment as SLPP gap say yes when I face the result count. Imagine a government whose legitimacy is under question. Yet they're not able to say, you know what, listen, let me stop all this confusion. Let me remove the confusion for the results. They are face the disaggregated results so it can prove, say, we've been get 56%. They not do that. Ask yourself this question. What you do? Because they damn well know, say, not tip the results. And somebody has to tell them this. Because if you, say now you not be president now, you get that kind of catastrophe in the election day, and all man they say, but they want to tip the result or they want the illegitimate. What you go do? Not you go come before say, look, listen, Ebra, can't show them people that say we get a vote here. They are present the disaggregated result. Not so that you can do. Now what to make them not do? What to make them not do? I will tell you. They're not doing because they know it's a fraud. They have stolen this nation's results. And again, I say this is dancing very closely to treason. Let we call them waiting it be. For the country for vote A, then say power, we forget X. No, that is nigh on treason. And so let me not begin softball this issue. Let me call them waiting it be. This nation is standing on the precipice of a major catastrophe because we cannot and we will not accept the imposition of this nonsense from this government. That is our position.
You know what are the truths of all of this thing we discuss right now. I go really want for we expand more on this. But for this morning, now more of review on different issues them. So we're not going to stick on that.
Okay.
But we could find one day where we go come na net. We go actually sit down. We talk about this and we get calls them. People ask you questions them. Because anyway, one person need for stand up. For whatever reason, one person need for stand up. You know, one person need for sacrifice everything. You know, we there.
Yes.
We maybe if we say been there, say you did so na tongue, we're not going to do this kind of thing. That make God put you here for a reason. God put you under for a reason. So now collaborative effort for the for achieve something. I love one thing where you say this is not about the APC, it's not about the Samuel Kamabarada, and for set a precedent for sure say we get we get for all people accountable for anything within they do. So we move with that. So we'll spend time discuss on that.
I look forward to it.
Okay, so let's take you away from this and let's take you to this other issue quickly. We get to do with electricity. You know, tell me, how light start like inside the tongue now?
Who's light? Who's light, bro? Everybody's, we cannot get anything done. You cannot guarantee anything if it's dependent on electricity. But they don't abuse we. By that, I mean the public. I say, I want to say to you, I wish you'd been there. But I say people, then he gladly, then he make noise if electricity comes for 5 minutes or 10 minutes. I tell people, in the days, they're not getting electricity. Now, it seems to me the height of incompetence. Height of incompetence. And the other charge that against this regime. They are profoundly incompetent. But how we manage? We have 7 almost rivers now. We have all kinds of facilities. We have sunshine and northern canteen, yet we're not able to provide electricity. What is the problem? For 8 million people, 28,000 square miles, we're not able to provide valid electricity. I've been talking to one of the people who were involved with EDSA and the government. They say they're tasked now for provide 8 hours electricity a day for all manners alone. I say, Boku people and they go lucky if they get 8 minutes, never mind 8 hours. And the government has been so incompetent. Funds that were supposed to be utilized to develop what I consider to be a modern delivery system for electricity, money don't vanish. We now with the you say that even our electricity house themselves, a whole floor was sectioned off, then used them as dustbin. They just throw away what they call it. Nobody know the day. Then don't find out a huge number of people then apparently supposed to receiving salaries. We're not the day. Ghost workers. Now, these are things that a government has had more than enough time to address. And they haven't done so. And I hear you say, Maada be one say the electricity could be in legacy. Well, if not legacy down there, then it's a walking disaster. It's an absolute disaster. And the industry is not able to function due to the lack of electricity. Schools, hospitals, all man they're under stress because of this nonsense with electricity. Well, I don't see any profound difference with this, what you call institutional massage, where they put Yom Kela as head of, sort of overlord of this whole process, and 2 deputy ministers. I mean, what think that not doing?
And then with the president as the minister.
There you go. But this is the point I make. All these people then, new position, that position, one extra light no come. And I think that tells you all we need to know. It tells you all we need to know. You know what I'm saying? Right now, we have major critical crisis with regards power supply. Believe me. And you're not going to be able to turn this country around unless we have proper power supply. We factories are not going to work. We hospitals not going to work. This not going to work. That not going to work properly unless we can have a stable power supply. Okay. So now big work that we face this country here. And from what I can see, the current regime barely has a clue, because there's so much. I don't know whether you know this. There's so much leakages in terms of funding of these institutions, that we cannot seem to be able to deliver an effective and efficient service. But I assure you, with the legitimate government, when that comes, that's priority number 1 that we'll get for our days. Okay.
Let me look at this thing. The last time we see Maada sit on a global conference, they talk about food sustainability or food security, whereas the people of Salone very much hungry. As you talk about blackouts don't take over the city, we move again to the darkest city in the world, USA will be actually come out from. And now, from the Unity newspaper, from waiting on the screen, Maada don't go again for go attend what he calls Sustainable Energy Global Forum. How you consider this kind of act?
Well, listen, if I really say what you want to say, I'm like a shock. So I will say it in a moderate way as follows. A president that is president of a nation that is such monumental crisis, that by any index, any matrix, we are a failed state. In order to address that, instead it gallivant all over the world, like say they're on a permanent holiday. Go yanda. What is Maada doing at this particular conference? We get Yom Kela, we get ministers of energy and so on. Now them for go address the nation. Not the president, not just the gallivant in the world. What did he go do there? What can he deliver there? What can he deliver there we're not able to deliver in a salon? He's supposed to be responsible for these issues here. Clearly, it's a failure. And my view, it's part of this whole, this culture. You know, we have a system that lacks accountability. We have a system that is almost dismissive of people's suffering and anguish. We have a system that pays no respect for the financial implications of a gallivanting, globe-trotting president. Honestly. And this is now one of the harshest critique I think we should level to this government. The president has been in many ways an absent president. He seems to spend an inordinate amount of time, now other people in country, inordinate amount of time, they use resources for that kind of activity there. And he said apparently the explanation, he's trying to do something about our public image. But listen, I want to laugh why I hear that. Do something about our public image. Apparently, we have right in the bosom of his system a recognized global cocaine dealer, and he wants to refurbish our public image. Are you kidding? Just one example. We have a history here over the last year or two of gross government or institutional violence. Then don't parade, then kill person, parade them. Natomia. That's how we refurbish our image. We have histories of direct corruption. Now, so we refurbish our image. So if the task of this president now for refurbish our image, but he's been a singular disaster. A singular disaster. And we have to recognize that. So no, personally, I think we have to go a long way before we can rehabilitate Salon. Because unfortunately, we're developing a reputation as a failed state and a narco state. And those are blemishes on the character of Sierra Leone that will take many years to clean up.
All right, continue for the way to inside the program this morning. And in him, na Wadi Williams, na a civil rights activist. We deal with inside the show and we talk about several other things. Then, of course, we get for Brian come back. Follow, we can get a more fleshy discussion. This will just to summarize, just to make a quick one. Follow, we see what we get. So, if that be the case, we scroll to the paper then quick one. And let ask you this question. Well, not to me, they ask you. I just put the paper to you quickly. And this paper, now the Oracle newspaper say brown envelopes of corruption. 15 dogs exposed under the SLPP government. What do you make up of the statement, of the First Lady? A lot of, say, government officials them just focus on brown envelopes, and you get dogs them with the inside a man in cabinet.
Mm-hmm. What do you make for that? Look. There are two issues. One, I think that the First Lady has stepped out of her bounds as the First Lady.
Okay.
To address albeit an illegitimate cabinet, but to address them as dogs, that is not the language of a First Lady or even the President himself. And it tells you a government that is almost out of control. I mean, imagine. First Lady, that is a profound insult of cabinet members. What in it they say? It is saying your husband, in effect, who's supposed to be the president, your husband decide for put dogs then in cabinet. Imagine such an insult. These are members of the government, illegitimate it might be, of this nation. Yet, the First Lady is of the view that our cabinet is populated by dogs, several dogs. But
somebody would just say, now a dog-like, attitude, and other person will get different way they look at. Okay, for a person get dog-like attitude means say you're very much honest, you're very much loyal, you very much, and some of them things and they. So yeah, maybe not other person will get yes, sir.
Sengwe. In the context in which that phrase was used, was not an indication of loyalty or support. No. The context in which that phrase was used was clear.
So I want to actually be the devil's advocate. I want to make a fight, but you don't agree.
No, I can tell you categorically that effort on your part was unsuccessful. We not agree here. That's not compliment for the people. No, because the people, excuse me, the people in where we want now in cabinet, we want people in where able, people in where get integrity, and people in where get patriotism. As far as I know, there is no single intelligent, able dog we can sit on our parliament. You understand? So if dog did it, one or two things. Either the president has given himself over to an absurd choice of people now the cabinet, or the First Lady has stepped beyond her bounds and mandate. Well, let's say this again. These were members of the government, the cabinet of Sierra Leone. This was a First Lady whose only real relevance is that she's married to the president. Now you can't call effectively they abuse the cabinet, say now this on dog day. Really? I mean, are we so politically neutered that we accept that kind of description of our government or members of our government? So I think that the First Lady stepped out of line. But it's not the first time, and I suspect it won't be the last time either. We have effectively a government that's almost in chaos. We have effectively a government that's almost in chaos. Anybody, and look at the strife between the First Lady and the Chief Minister, for example. Which kind of government is that? Honestly, which kind of government is? We have major public spats between the First Lady and Chief Minister. How that's happening? All these anomalies where we get at the system, they have to be transformed and cleared. Salon not going to go forward with any kind of nonsense in our government. Honestly. I sit down and wait, say by next week we will get another kind of confusion. I don't know who that they can begin causing complaint, who that they can using complaint. Now the government will we get. And for me personally, which I would say to all man, but yeah, let me make us move this government here. Let me get a credible and legitimate government. Let me get a democratic government. And I tell you, it don't matter who saw you pass with this thing, saying, I the face I come back to this issue. The problem is problem of legitimacy. All the problem I already talked about. So the problem because we have an illegitimate and an incompetent government. That is why we have these problems. And that is the solution to this problem. Now for actually get a democratically credible government. And I forget that. We get the figures and the data they for establish that.
Okay.
So if you go begin vex with me because I don't care who say you care we go at the face I come back, but it's a legitimate government will come. Go ahead, my friend.
Let's touch on the last issue. You begin touch on the issue of drugs, yeah, and then this paper where now the hot newspaper say the National Drug Law Enforcement Agency boss spotted with Europe's most wanted drug kingpin.
Yes.
If the person where na in there in charge of the law for enforce who that then they work inside drug business, they eat and dine and party with the people them where now threats to the world. What did that mean for the fight against drug inside Sierra Leone?
Listen, you know this term narco state. This is a state that major drug dealers or drug exporters or drug organizations. A narco state is when those elements seize control of a nation. We had the similar problem in Colombia. We don't get in Cape Verde. There were issues of that ilk. So this phenomenon, what we're experiencing right now, is a transition from what you might call a normal state to a narco state. Look at where these peoples have inserted themselves. Not only this young man that's wanted for in Holland, that's facing 23 years in jail. Not only that, and he's not the only one. We get ambassador under suspicion, na Guinea, for cocaine. All sign of the world now, then he picks Salon people them for drug-related issues. We are morphing into a narco state. And believe you me, there is no way this government can say they don't be no or they don't understand. Well, all side cocaine the boss, now we country. All sign of the world, then he catch with people them, including ambassadors and so on, connected to this drug process. That should tell you we're drifting towards a narco state. And that is one of the most disgraceful things that happen in Salon. Consider this, please. And if you look at where any Salon man where they travel, look at any theater now. The assumption is if you're not Salon, in the past, if you're not Salon, they go say, they meet the chap picking their hand. Now, look at them. Now, narco state. Outside we go, boss, you see Salon person, drug related. That is a reputation that will take a long time for we transform that position there. So when I see major international drug criminals, they socialize with key elements in the Salon government, let we understand that message there. Let we understand that message there. You think say them boy with the cocaine importers and you think then go sit down, go chat to Donald Trump. Donald Trump begin go embrace him. You think say the government go remain silent on the issue? Yeah? Listen, the current government initially, remember what you say? This Maya, just happy for them at the church that day. Or come on. Within the president's security ambit, the man did it. Furthermore, we turn him. He go in our farm with the president. All this while, we're made to believe that in fact the president not be know anything but this man just happy for Diddy. But would I go believe that? Would I go believe that? Not even you saying we're not go believe that. So having said that, I must say this about this drug issue. Not only the drug, this cocaine issue, but look at what in Kush they do to picking them. Look at the devastating damage. It is, I swear, Sengbe, I don't know. One day I could go. I go film some of these areas, but they're destroying our youth. I'm talking not just say unemployed. I'm talking about students where this whole Kush issue, you don't capture them. So that's not one problem. Also, we get this problem with the cocaine issue. But we need to make this point clear. We need to have political hygiene. We get to clean this place here. We get to put policies and institutions in place for save we use them. We right now are being shattered by Kush. Are being totally shattered by Kush. We don't have any serious policy for rehabilitation. We don't even allocate the resources necessary to rehabilitate. Because the issue is not just supply, it's supply and demand. We have to curb this thing at both ends. Address the people then that have problem with Kush in terms of rehabilitation. And be very draconian in dealing with people then where they import Kush now. Then two policy they have to run side by side. And I say now. That tell you something funny. When I hold me na CID, I meet policemen then where they admit, say when they catch Kush, then you go sell it to other people then. These are agents of the state engaged in this issue. Let me understand what that means. You see the policeman then, and at least people understand. The policemen and policewomen then, they are the first contact between the citizen and the state. So the impression where people they go get about the state, about the government and so on, in many ways is defined by the police contact where they get. I tell you, beaucoup them people they are purely corrupt. As they meet you, so they want bribe. Waiting at the impression if you say people then go get of the government of the state. Eh? The first impression, as you turn to a policeman and say, "Bro, dash me out or bribe me out." We need to begin to understand if the police then, the elements of the police then behave that way. That is what you call a failed state. A failed state, the making of a failed state. And I wish you'd been there. I swear, any side you see police then stop you. What do they want? Now bribe. And any kind of crime you commit, if you get enough money, then he left you, as if you're prepared to pay. Now, how can you run a government or a state in that manner? In that manner. You know, so I think we have every right to be very unhappy. Very unhappy. And I think that as things are growing now, one way or the other, we have to have change, and we will have change. Believe me. I don't think we're not able to continue to survive under these circumstances. We're not able. And if person get for talk camp, well, me and people like me, we go talk camp. Well, because that is what the birthright of being a Sierra Leonean is. That is what it demands of us. You know, I mean, you tell some people the other day, do you know almost first we don't get, you know, say in the 1800s, women they vote now. Now until 1920s, now they begin vote now England and America. We are 100, 150 odd years ahead of them. That was when I think, say, we've been recognized what it is to be a Sierra Leonean. There's so many firsts, and I tell you this other thing, go around the world, look at the intellectuals, look at the academic.
All right. The internet's to Olande, and I'm pretty sure if you know you listen, we will end the show at this point and we spend we have to do with them again some other day. But I want to tell you, say this afternoon in Blue Mind, we continue with this conversation, especially the area where they arrest them, the area where it talk about this, anti-terrorism act. We don't come to law now, yeah. We go talk about them, and then we get you view for let you tell we waiting. Now the position of Wadi, waiting it feels say it stand for and how it feels say it can move from that one day. They actually internet.olam and then we go end the program at this point. We tell you plenty thank you. You will not like, share, and comment. And you will not like it, please consider for like before you go. Please now logo we get 2 to 3. Let we like the program quick one before we go any side. And please we as well want for encourage you say we ticket still there for the We Are Dinner and Iconic White Party. We go be inside Strasbourg, France, the 28th of June 2025. Please, if you want for reach on to we, no hesitate. Reach on to we for lay you able for get your own ticket, and by so doing you go actually able for support we for lay we actually reach outside we want for reach. We want for transform this particular platform into something else. We want perfect something where we go able for the use in terms of camera, in terms of microphone and all. The other day the studio, the mic, the waiting. Some of 10 and for the talk to the guest and they go. So all of that they want for put them in place and make sure that we get a better team where they actually for take care of the team. Them especially easy for the pay them every month, really easy for let we they get what we supposed for they get. So if we able for the support we follow reach to that point, that could be really good. If you want for security tickets, please reach me on this number and that could be a blessing to we as well. Thank you very much. We appreciate you so much. Until we meet again, it's another beautiful edition of the program with Blue Mind this afternoon by God in Power. Semi the Freedom Fighter. We love you all so much and thanks to the producer.
You know that I don't. Truth not the hype, Maada bill say you no go able change salon. Fatima say na because na double then a cabinet. They just the lie for people and take brown envelopes. Send with them Bible every day for the people. Fatima they cause salon people, communisters dogs. Nothing on they come up here that. But we our hunt cause we made them lock up not chill because now you get power. Protest na salon now on a lawlessness. Then go beat you and lock you up. But for Fatima she get free, say you, yeah. When citizens talk na violence, then bring police, they act fast like them get bearing. All the one them whipping their battle, now them they cry. Them think say they safe, but now them see lie. Not the hype, Maada bill say you no go able change salon. Fatima say na because na double then a cabinet. They just the lie for people who take brown envelopes. Send with them Bible every day for the people. Hard for the people. Yeah, one for the people. Yeah, drugs business now the pro family they in charge. Now my mother will keep quiet. Come around but expose them. The news code for silent fake hotel receipts. Now president office they manufacture them. Auditor clock them sack them like you commit crime. Anti-corruption, now they defend corruption of people they well belong to them squad. They only see who that not belong. I'm not afraid if I criticize them now. You go only talk if not praise you want for. That information minister just then like okay investigation. We no say report no go ever come out people suffer. But them still they joke. Truth not the high Maada bill say you no go able change salon. Fatima say na because not up then a cabinet. They just they lie for people who take brown envelopes. Send with them Bible every day for the people. Fight for the people. Yeah, fight for the people. Yeah. Truth not the hype, now the people go decide. Justice not for one side, we no go sit on quiet. Salon don't tire, we need better. Send the pie and buy bread. We go fight for we picking them.
I've been telling her say, because of democratic principles, the time we are getting, I'm not going to change this country.
But we get some dog more commanded than them government here. Where as long as they give them brown envelope, they will sell them birthright to anybody.
Exactly, Mama.
If I sit at the back and discuss with him and then we agree on the issues and then I go out there. So it's always me and him in agreement before I actually go out.
Truth not the hype, not the